What's good, YouTube? Setting Hands back out here for another reaction video, man. Today we're going to be reacting to Andrew Tate. The end is coming for us all. Oh boy. When Andrew Tate says it's the end, it really is the end, man. Let's get into this.
God, and they can't find God anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's Christianity's fault for being so weak and decadent.
Yeah, we were discussing this as well as a group earlier on, and we were like, the UK majority of it is a Muslim, population. So it's gone past the point where it's now deemed as a Christian country because there's more Muslims than Christians in the first place.
This is the Islamic Republic of Great Britistan, and the thing about it, but the thing about it is, it's not even about numbers. It's about strength of belief. If you wake up and you want to truly live a religious life, and you want to feel like you have religious conviction, and you want to feel the fraternity of a religious life, and you want to have the boundaries and constraints of a religious life, you're going to be attracted to Islam. You're not going to be attracted to Christianity because you can wake up and say, I'm a Christian, and nothing changes.
Yeah.
Nothing changes and nobody cares. And that is Christians' fault. So I've had a lot of people complain at me as if, like I said, as if my personal choices are something I should... I mean, it's kind of, I'm self-analyzing as I talk here. I find it very, very interesting that Christians look at Islam as a threat as opposed to just understanding that it is a massive power vacuum because Christianity feels godless and you do not feel God in Christianity anymore. And that's the reason that people are so attracted to Islam. That's the reason I was attracted to it, because I respect it. How can you believe in something you don't respect? I don't know, and that's a general question for anything. You have to respect it. You have to look at the creeds and say, okay, I respect that. I respect how they defend their religion. I respect how they're black and white on certain issues. I respect all of these things. Also, it's kind of interesting because if you want to measure the success of a religion, you can measure it in regards to how many people follow it, or like you just said in the UK, or how fast it's growing. But I think the number one measure of success for a religion is how well it preserves the sanctity of a society. I think that if you want to say, is this a successful religion? Well, then you'd look at the society which it governs and say, are the creeds of the religion being adhered to by the society that it governs? I would argue that most Islamic countries have a Islam.
Sometimes I have no idea what he's talking about, but he's still a smart man. Look at the bags under his eyes. Put some ice roller on that, buddy. Come on, Tate. Wake the fuck up!
Islamic feel, I would argue you'd avoid a lot of the LGBT garbage. You'll avoid a lot of the woke insanity. You'll avoid a lot of the feminism, which has destroyed the West, and all these things, because Islam is being adhered to and it's keeping the society funcking.
Sometimes it's word vomit.
Do Christian countries and feel like Christianity is preserving them? Not really.
What about true hardcore following Christians? I'll give you an example. Obviously, you're just coming off the back of doing a podcast with George Janko.
Yep.
Now, I love that podcast purely because you guys were talking about religion, you being a Muslim, and he seems like, I haven't met him obviously, but a true following Christian.
Yep.
And it's funny because when I see a true following Christian, it's like you're so close to Islam, but you're just a couple of places where you're going wrong.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I was like, shout out to George, because...
Dude, who do these guys think they are to be talking about religion? These guys aren't God. It's none of your business what Christian people are doing. I'm a Christian myself. I don't know why you guys care so much about religion. Like, can we please leave this part out? Fucking fast forwarding, bro. I don't want to hear fucking religion.
I don't think a Christian country could do that. If you put a Christian country under the level of destruction Gaza's currently going through, I don't think people would sit and say, well, Jesus says I shouldn't steal. In fact, if you look at what happens during natural disasters in America, it's the absolute opposite. It's just looting and chaos. What is a Christian country anymore? I don't know. What is a Christian country?
Definitely.
A guy in America recently just got charged for a hate crime for taking down a statue of the devil that they had erected in a church.
Dude, I was involved in a hate crime at my university when I was a freshman. I got jumped by two white kids, and they were calling me the N-word with the hard R. And it was a huge deal. There was a protest on campus. I had to talk to a bunch of detectives. Said what? Damn, what the fuck? Yeah, bro. Yeah, man, I got jumped by two white kids. We can do a little story time. Fucking, it was like 11:30 p.m. I remember exactly when it was. It was September 9th at 11:09 p.m. At 11:59 p.m. I was coming back from apartments with my buddy. Thought he was my buddy. Fuck that kid. And we were with some girls. And we were walking from the apartment back to our dorm. And the apartment was like up the street. So we had to like walk down the street. It was a decent walk back to my dorm. And when I was going back to my dorm, there was another dorm in front of mine. And two kids like came stumbling out the dorm. They were hammered. They were on the volleyball team. And they were also like juniors in college. So I don't know why they were in the dorms because those were freshmen. Anyway, they come out stumbling. They were talking shit, saying something about, you know, me and my friends or whatever. They were like, oh, like, you know, just drunk shit. My bold ass was like, what are you guys saying? Like, that's all I said. I swear to God, I remember. I was like, what are you guys saying to me? Like, what are you guys saying to us? The guy was like, huh? I'm like, what are you guys saying about us? Like, what's going on? Why are you guys fucking barking at us? All of a sudden, I see this guy charging at me, right? He starts charging at me. He tries to like tackle me, but I have experience. I have a background in wrestling, just 2 years. I mean, I'm not going to say I was good or anything, but anyone who's done wrestling for at least a year or 2 years knows the fundamentals. And if you're going to get someone that's never tried wrestling, you'll definitely take him down. So he tried to like wrap me up. I easily threw him around, picked him up, slammed him, and I was on top of him. And, you know, we were punching each other, and as we're punching each other, he's just screaming, you N-word, you N-word, you N-word with the hard R. And then his buddy comes out of nowhere and kicks me in my head. And I remember I blacked out. That was like the first time I was ever in a fight. My glasses, I remember my glasses when I woke up, my glasses were like they flew like 10 feet away. I still have those glasses somehow. They still fucking work. And yeah, after I got kicked in the head, cops came. And those two kids ended up getting, I believe, expelled from the university. And it was deemed a hate crime. And what went on at the university was insane. I have a YouTube video about it sometime that I could maybe post, but that's a story time. If you're watching this on YouTube, please fucking follow and subscribe. That was a deep, dark, sad story that I can expand on at another time. But yeah. So like, I'm always fucked up when people just throw around the word hate crime. Damn, that sucks. Crazy that it still happens. Yeah, I mean, it happened in 2019 when I was a freshman in college. That's 5 years ago. But yeah, of course it still happens everywhere. So anytime I hear people say hate crime, like Andrew Tate just did, I just get flashbacks. Anytime I hear the word hate crime, I get flashbacks. And ever since it happened, it changed a screw in my head. So I'm always checking my shoulders and shit. Always ready. I'm always prepared. It's why I shadow box in my room every day. And it's why I fucking lift, bro. Like, fucking jacked. Like, I fucking work out so fucking much now. Like, that shit will not happen again. I will not get caught like that again. And I'm way more mature now. So, like, if I was this age and some shit like that happened, I wouldn't even have said anything to them. I would have just been like, oh, they're drunk. As you get older, you try to fights too. Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, exactly. If I was this age and those kids were talking shit, I would have just been like, whatever. I'm just trying to get back home. But I was young. I was trying to be cool in front of these girls. I was at college. I'd never drank before. I was probably hammered. And yeah, I was like, what are you guys saying about us? Like, trying to be cool. And then I got my fucking ass kicked. But I mean, I also put in some work too. But yeah, an unfortunate situation. But man, I made it out and I fucking graduated. So let's fucking go.
I'm mind blown. Like
Statue of a devil in a church.
They put a statue of the devil in a church.
That one makes sense.
He walked in there and ripped it down, and he's being charged with a hate crime. So I feel like if I want to get conspiratorial, which of course is unlike me, but if I want to, I feel like
definitely would avoid a ton of fights if I had my mentality now when I was younger.
The barrier to the slave program.
You're saying definitely would have avoided a ton of fights if I had my mentality now when I was younger? Yeah. Dude, I can relate to that on so many levels. Like, my mentality is insane now. Like, I sometimes when I'm in the shower, like, I think literally today or yesterday, I was like, I'm waiting for the day for someone to try me, but it's only going to be in self-defense. When I was younger, sometimes I instigated or I'd entertain it and it would lead somewhere. Now, like, I always keep a straight face. Like, bro, when people get in my face now, if it ever happens, it doesn't go well for them because I do like this one face. Like I've taught myself to make this face. It's like, it's very scary. Let me try to get it. It's like, it's like that. And so I'm just scared a lot of people with that. You'd be surprised. But like young me would have just been like retarded. But I'm much more patient now, and I'll just do the face, and they normally fuck off and don't want any of the work. Yeah. Like up, subscribe. Who's ever watching this? Let's go.
It's going to be God because there's a firm right and there's a firm wrong. They're going to come along and convince us all that the sky is green, and it's unfortunate because slowly
the sky is green, Andrew. What the
right
fuck,
now,
man?
We laugh at the fact that a man can chop his dick off and become a girl. We laugh at that, but our great grandchildren won't laugh at that idea. Unfortunately, slowly they're creeping in, and the only barrier to this insanity, the final protection, is God, the book that says yes and no, simple.
So would you say, just a quick, I'm sorry to disturb you there, would you say the answer?
Oh. All right, YouTube, we're going to end that video here. That was a nice little story time. YouTube, if you guys want to hear more story times, bro, I have so many stories I could give to y'all. But I hope you enjoyed that. Like, subscribe, comment down below, all that. I love y'all always. Peace.